The billionaire who helped build Black Hollywood, build an empire, is now being accused of using his power against his little actors, doing little diddle-daddle, little unwanted diddle-daddle in the back door at a $260 million price tag. Tyler Perry says it's a scam, but Derek Dixon says it's the truth. So in today's reality remix, we are going to take a little look.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So the tea is Derek Dixon, who is an actor from the show The Oval, one of Tyler Perry's shows, filed in Fulton County Superior Court. He claims Perry made unwanted advances, threatened to write him out of The Oval, and even woke him up in bed without consent. Ooh, Tyler's in your bed. He behind you in bed. Derek Dixon recently filed a lawsuit against Tyler Perry, claiming workplace sexual harassment, assault, retaliation, basically saying that he used his power to create a coercive and sexually exploitative dynamic. With all that said, he is seeking $260 million from Tyler Perry for all of the lost wages, punitive damages, whatever you want to call it. I personally think that is an outrageous number, $260 million. It kind of sounds like, it don't even sound right. Ain't nobody touch you enough for no $260 million, but go for it. Go for the shoot for the stars, bruh.
I think that those texts between Tyler Perry the platypus and that white man are inappropriate, yes, but only from a employer-employee standpoint. Because those are not conversations that a boss should be having with his employee.
Now we have to call it what it is. This is a Harvey Weinstein all over again, except instead of female victims, it's male victims. Now Tyler Perry should be shaking in his boots a little bit because the allegations, I feel like these allegations are they're easy to prove. And it's because you have to think of the words, a coercive dynamic. He's accusing him of creating a coercive dynamic. And that's simply because Tyler Perry is his employer. He's his employer. He is the writer. He is the director. So right, Tyler can write you out if he wants to. So I can understand why the guy is like, no, the retaliation was, I would be written out of the show if I don't go back and forth with his advances. So I don't know, this seems a little bit like deja vu to me. This all sounds a little too familiar. Diddy, his first civil suit, he brushed it off, he settled, boom, done. And then, next thing you know, Homeland Security is raiding his houses, his mansions for sex trafficking. Could Tyler Perry be facing the same fate? Think about it, the feds have already showed their hand. They already gave us a playbook. First, it comes a civil suit, and then they try to knock down the claim, see if there's anything there, and then they get more people to ride on that civil suit. And before you know it, you have full-blown charges by the FBI, by the feds. You don't think there's going to be more people riding on this suit? I've heard a personal story that's very similar to this dude's story from someone who claims to know Tyler Perry. Don't know if it's true or not, but it's literally almost identical. So this is not it. This isn't over. Even if Tyler settles with this dude, it's not over. And think about it. Let's actually look at the parallels here. Even though Tyler Perry's main studio is in Atlanta, Georgia, production often has to move talent and crew to LA for a soundbite, to New York for a promo tour. If any alleged coercion happened during those trips, or even an interstate phone call, then that gives the feds jurisdiction. And that is exactly what happened to Diddy. Secondly, they would need a pattern of evidence. So if more people add on to this civil suit, the DOJ is going to be looking because they need that paper trail. Once again, Tyler Perry's studio is based in Georgia, but BET Paramount is not. They're based in New York or California, so they can start probing and taking a look at payroll, emails, NDAs, and if any of those things were moved or signed outside of Georgia, then you have a good paper trail to widen their case. And most importantly, look at the climate we are in. We have seen big names get taken down. We are in this post-Me Too movement we saw with Harvey Weinstein, and now we have a repackaged Me Too movement that we see with Diddy and the Cassie lawsuit, and how the feds had enough on him to go after Diddy. As Cat Williams said, they're tired of the big deviants running around here doing whatever they want. They're trying to make an example out of these people. And yes, maybe it is another psyop. They're trying to take down successful black men. I think that two things could be true at once. But I'm not saying the feds are en route, but they could be right around the corner. Now, forgive me if I have to gloat a little bit, because I am not a big fan of Tyler Perry. I'm not a fan of him, mostly for all of the reasons a lot of black women are not a fan of his, and that is how he portrays black women in all of his movies and TV shows. I didn't like that shit when I was a kid with those Medea plays. I remember that, and I thought it was an awful caricature. I really did. A lot of people in the community thought it was funny. I never thought the Medea character was funny. I understand you can exaggerate, but when we already don't have good representation, you have to be careful of the type of representation you put out there. So that's always been my pain with Tyler Perry. And fast forward to current time, he has a whole studio production company and has built an absolute empire, and he still portrays black women in the lowest brow. So when I saw this lawsuit, I was like, oh, well, Mr. Perry, look at the irony here. And that's why I said we got vindicated, y'all, okay? We finally got, for the last movie that everyone's up in arms about, Straw. I have not seen it on Netflix, but I think everyone was saying Straw was the final straw. Like, finally, a lot of black women were done with Tyler Perry and how he portrays us in movies. And now this drops, and I was like, hey, that's your ass. That's your ass. That's what you get. Because the irony of you trying to portray us as broken down, scheming, doing nasty stuff. Remember that movie with the girl who cheated on her husband, and she had an affair with this guy that had money, and then she ended up with HIV at the end, and she's walking with a cane at the end. I mean, it was just so awful and horrible. And it's just really ironic that, see, that's what you be doing behind the scenes, Tyler, allegedly. That's what you be doing. You be scheming on your actors, okay? You are doing some sexually immoral things, allegedly. So it's like he was mirroring his trauma in his scripts this entire time and put it on us. So I have to ask you, is this creative catharsis or a pattern of him projecting his own personal demons? So, I don't know, Tyler. It's not looking good for you, bruh. Okay? Instead of writing scripts about me and my girls, you should have been writing scripts about men with power sneaking into people's beds at night. Jesus. So let me know what you guys think. If you think this is just going to end up in a quiet settlement, or will it be a public courtroom drama, a public courtroom brawl? I hope it goes public. I hope we got another Diddy in a couple months, y'all, okay? Listen, I'm not trying to wish bad on the man. Once again, all of this is alleged. We do not have any proof of anything, but I am very curious to see all of the receipts as they roll out. And please trust and believe on Reality Remix, we will keep the receipts rolling. And if you haven't watched my last video, I actually dive into the Diddy trial and Jane Doe's testimony that was given a few weeks ago. I go into how the city girl lifestyle and mentality will have you with baby oil all over you. If you want to catch it, it's coming up right now.